Hi guys, Wayne and Tom here, done and dusted with Webinar 4. This time around we answered as many of your questions as we could, so stick around because you may learn a thing or two. We also kicked off by previewing some amazing business templates and the upload voice feature, which are both brand new additions to the app. So kick back and check it out. Back to the select theme tab, you'll see these, I think it was like 20 or maybe even 30 themes that we had in the app originally, which are all the ones I'm scrolling past now. But if you do scroll past them and get to the bottom, you'll notice these new themes. So you see there's a legal theme, a plumbing theme, chiropractor theme, health theme, travel theme, and so on. So there's 10 new themes in the app at the moment, and they're based on, they were created from suggestions from our users. So we sent out, a few weeks ago, Anthony sent out a survey, and it basically just asked what type of themes you guys would like to see in the app. Did you forget to record? Yeah, we always do this every week.
Sorry guys, I forgot to click record. I've clicked it now.
You clicked it now? That's cool.
I'll learn one day.
That's all right. 4 for 4. So yeah, so there are new themes. We're planning on getting about 100. That's our goal, to get 100 new themes in the app over the coming weeks. It is taking a little bit longer to create these themes. Sorry, yeah, you know what? I'll click on one of them so you can actually see it better. Sorry, yeah, it's a good thing to do. So there will be 100 themes in the app over the next coming weeks. When we actually get a full 100 in there, we really don't know. It takes a long time to actually put these together. You'd be surprised because if you're me and you really can't, you're not good at art, or you really just don't have the eye for this thing, it's almost impossible. So we're kind of leaving them in the hands of our marketing team to put them together whenever they have time. But I really like them. The ones that are in the app at the moment, I've left my feedback in-house and we've reiterated. And the ones that are in the app, I think are just amazing. So I would strongly suggest you guys check that out, especially if you have like a small business or something. Just keep checking back, see if there's a new theme, or just contact support and ask us what new themes are in there, and we can give you a list.
Definitely, and if you actually start using these themes, we'd love to see the videos you guys are making with them. So send them through so we can have a look. That would be awesome. It looks like Louise and Nancy are excited about the themes.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. So hopefully you guys can use them and send us through some examples.
Now, that basically puts a wrap on that theme. And we've got one more thing that you guys probably won't like, to be honest. No, I'm kidding. No, we've got one of these super popular features that we're going to show you guys. A lot of you guys are going to absolutely love it. So,
drum roll. We need a drum roll.
We'll be back. We're just going to buy drums. Okay, so uploading audio is almost done. Uploading an audio track, instead of having to record sentence by sentence or record your whole script inside of Content Samurai. I'm waiting for the comments to keep gushing in. Nothing yet. Yeah, there we go. Nancy, finally, we got one. We know we're on the right track then. So yeah, you can upload your own audio. Let me show you how it's done. Here's a script from a video that we're actually in the midst of creating at the moment. You have to scroll down. Yeah. And so if I go to slides, you'll see there's some slides. Everything's normal there. You can see our new sexy themes. So let's go down to general medical too. I don't know why. Just to show you guys.
Elon.
What, Elon theme?
That's Elon.
But it's not a...
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, that's a custom theme for Ben. So here is the new voice section. If you haven't used the app in a couple of weeks, you might have noticed that this has changed in UI. So the look of it's going to change. And we did that just so we could actually code in this upload voice track button here, which is in the center. So if you click that, you get this option on the right to either drag and drop your audio file in, or click this big green button if you're like me and you go to Dropbox and you go past all my passport photos, which probably shouldn't have been there. Then you go to the GR thank you video and please don't steal my passport, guys. And you upload the audio track. So, all honesty, have you used this before?
I have had to play around with it, and I think it's very cool.
Well, half of us haven't used this ever before. So this is the first time I've ever used it. So let's all do it together. So uploading the voice track now. Just while it uploads, uploads, while it uploads, I just wanted to say that, so I've totally got, that Anth has used this and he said it's absolutely wonderful. Like, you can upload your own voice track and it still matches up, it still syncs up.
Yeah, I
with the slides.
I saw the example that he did yesterday with it when he was testing, and the synchronization worked really well.
If it works really well here in a webinar, this is, first of all, it would be the only webinar that's ever gone smooth for anyone in the history of webinars. But it will also be pretty cool to show you guys.
You can see now it's processing the voice track.
Okay.
So I believe it does some conversion to a different format depending on what you upload.
It would, yeah. Because I uploaded an AIFF, which is kind of Mac only, I believe. It's Mac's version of a WAV file. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, that would have to change.
And of course, it depends on how big the file is. If it's a big file, it may take longer to process. But as you can see, it was done. Now on this screen, as Wayne's showing you there, you can actually play the voice track and listen to it.
I can't do that for too long. You guys wouldn't be able to hear it anyway because GoToWebinar doesn't work like that. It won't. My audio won't come through.
I'll go through that.
It'll go through this, yeah. But then there's a loop because we can hear the. So I can't show you guys, sorry, but trust me, it does play. I would advise you guys go check it out yourself when it's out. Sorry, and yeah. So there's a play voice track. If I go to preview my video, your video, let's let this load up. I'm gonna play it a little bit. I guess you're just gonna have to take my word for it if it's matching up with the text. But we'll find out in a second. You probably read my face because it's the first time I've used it. I'll either be super excited or start crying.
There we go.
All right.
Hi, Ben here from Herbal Samurai. Congratulations on signing up for your free trial of Content Samurai. For the next 7 days, you'll have full access to the world's most powerful.
Yeah, we were getting word that you could hear it, but there's going to be a feedback loop because we're speaking into this mic, and that sound's coming out of my speakers. Trust me, it just won't work. But it did match up.
It matched up.
It matched up perfectly.
The synchronization was working really well.
Yeah, which is absolutely amazing. I'm really not sure how the devs did that magic, but that's absolutely amazing. So that's another feature we wanted to show you guys. We won't harp on too much because I'm sure you guys are going to use it as soon as it comes out. I know you want an ETA. We can't give you an ETA, but
we can say that it has really gone through final testing. I believe it's been signed off on. So it's just a process of dotting our I's and crossing our T's and making sure that everything is 100%, and then we'll be deploying it. So we can't give you an ETA. I think we could say with 100% confidence it will be out within the next week. It'll probably be out a lot sooner than that. We just don't want to say it's going to be out.
Yeah. We can't say a day because
we don't want to jinx it. Yeah. We want to let you know that it is coming. It is so close and it's super exciting. So anyone who's been asking about, getting professional voiceovers done on a site like Fiverr or something like that, this is going to open that up for you guys to do. So if English isn't your first language and you're wanting to make English videos, it means you can now get a voiceover done on Fiverr.
Or you just don't like your voice. If you don't like if you don't like how you sound, it costs about $5, maybe $10, $15, depending on how big the script is. Just go to fiverr.com and ask someone to do it for you there.
Yeah.
Piece of cake.
Exactly. So what we will do now...
So that's all the features, isn't it? We get to move on to the next section.
It is. We're on to the Q&A section.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll kick it off by saying we won't have time to answer... Again, we won't have time to answer all of the questions that were submitted. So if yours isn't part of this section here, we're sorry, but we didn't have time to answer all of them. There were too many to answer, so we had to pick the more popular questions so that we got those answered for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. The more popular question, the wider audience we get to answer. So we did like that.
Yeah. So the first one, someone said that they had...
1 second. Sorry. Here we go. We even put this together, didn't we? Almost forgot it. All right. So you should be able to see on the screen. Oh, wrong screen. How do I get it to go on this screen?
That's all right. Just leave it in there.
I'll just leave it in here like this.
Go up to the top one. Yep.
Okay.
So the first one that we had was someone said, sometimes when I make a tiny change to one slide, it throws off the timing of all the slides. This is a common question that we get in support, and the answer to that one is that the way the app currently works is it's designed to be a linear process. So you start at the script, you move to slides, you move to audio, you move to preview, and then you download. Anytime you go backwards through the process, it will cause issues. And the area that does impact people a lot is they'll go through everything, they'll get to the preview, they'll set their manual timing up how they want it so that everything is lined up just right. And then they may notice that there's a typo on one of the slides, or that they forgot to put a slide in, for example. They'll go back to the slide section, they'll make the change. They'll also have to re-record the audio sentence possibly, depending on the change. But then when you get back to preview, all of your manual timing has been wiped. So the system doesn't actually record the timing once you've edited the slides again. So it is a painful issue. We know that it's an issue. There are a few things that we are looking at to try and resolve the issue.
Yeah.
It is annoying, and I understand that. But if you go through the steps, so if you go script, slides, audio, preview, download, and never go
Forwards.
if you go forwards through the process and through the steps, you won't have that problem. So what I would suggest is that when you're on your slide section, make sure that you read through it and there's no typos and that everything's looking how you want it to before you record your audio. And same thing with your audio. Preview your audio tracks before you leave. Make sure you're really happy with them, and then go to preview and set the timing. So make sure setting the timing is the last thing you do.
Yes.
Another thing you can do is actually on the preview page, just click play before you change the manual timing, and just watch the video and see what the system does first, because you might actually pick up on a typo by doing that. So yeah, we understand it's an issue, but the good news is it is something that you can prevent if you go through the steps forward. So over to Wayno for number 2.
Okay, so let me scroll down here as well. So why can't I end the video sooner than was automatically created? If I want a shorter video, I have to eliminate content, even if the slide is held too long. Okay, we also know about this issue. Now, at the moment, you can't edit how long a video is. So for anyone who doesn't understand this question, basically, if you're doing a silent video, and then first of all, when you make a silent video, we set the gap between slides based off a 0.5 second per word timing. So if the slide has 3 words on it, it'll be 1.5 seconds. If it has 1 word, it'll be 0.5 seconds before the slide's finished, right? So at the moment, if you do that, if you want to adjust how quickly the slides are shown, so you change it from 0.5 seconds to being quicker, then at the end, you've got all this lag. You've got this one slide that's really, really long. Now, we didn't really plan, to be completely honest, we didn't really plan for the silent video option to be this popular when we created Content Samurai. We thought people were going to create, videos with text on slides and voiceovers, similar to what we do. But we really didn't understand how popular silent videos were going to be. So we didn't really see this as a big problem. Now we understand that this is a problem now. We get it. We know that you can't have one slide up there for like 2 minutes. It takes down the quality of the video. So it's something that we're actively looking at. Unfortunately, it's kind of scheduled behind a few other features at the moment. But if anyone's running into this issue, we're not ignoring it. We are definitely on this, but it might take a little bit more time.
Yep. Definitely. All right. The next question was, the next problem that someone said they were having was the audio strategy sucks. I like to record my audio separately so I can clean it up. Trying to record each sentence gives us variation in space at the beginning and space at the end of each sentence. Then there is no way to edit the audio track in Content Samurai. Well, the answer to that one is the demo that Wayne gave before of the upload voice track feature will hopefully solve your problem, and it will mean that gives you greater control over it, so you can edit the voice track before you upload it. You can make sure it's exactly how you want it, and again, it'll also allow someone else to record the voice track for you as well. The reason, I guess, to give you a bit of a background story really quickly, the reason that we made the recording sentence by sentence was to make the recording easier for people that haven't had any experience recording audio before, because it can be quite daunting to try and sit down and record a massive chunk of text and not make any mistakes. The benefit to doing it in sentences like Content Samurai currently does it, it means that if you do make a mistake, you only have to re-record a small section of it. So it takes that pressure off. And I know for me, I personally prefer it. And even though we've got the upload voice track feature coming up, whenever I'm making videos, I'll probably still try and record it sentence by sentence in Content Samurai, just because I know that I make mistakes a lot when I'm recording a script. Even if it's an easy sentence and I think I've got it, I'll start reading it and I'll screw a word up, and then I have to start again. But the good thing is, because we only do it sentence by sentence in the app, it means you can easily re-record it. So that's my thoughts on it. But we do have the upload voice track feature coming as well.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds, exactly.
All right, moving on. We have a question. No problem. Sorry, the image sizes. So with image sizes, you do the recommended image size, but the most time it's too big. You could use shrinking down, make it larger, and work on the scale. That's what I'm getting from that question anyway. So this is actually a pretty common question that we've answered in pretty much every webinar, I think, so far. Yeah. So a full slide image should be 1280 by 720 pixels, and a half slide image should be 640 by 720. So always 720, but a full slide's 1280. And a half slide 640. So look, we'll put a link to an article in the chat if we can. Also, sorry, I forgot to say before, I can't message everyone. Could you send them a link to Webinar 3?
Yeah. So shortly I'll put a link to the replay for Webinar 3, and I'll also put a link to the article that Wayne's talking about now.
Yeah. So this article that I'm talking about now it will help you with your images. It also lets you know that the 1280 by 720 pixel sizes and the 640 by 720 pixel sizes, just in case you forget. But it also gives you help. It also helps you to resize images, whether you're on Windows or Mac. There's instructions in that article. I would really recommend you guys check it out, especially if you're having issues with images. That's pretty much that one. You got both the links in there?
Yep, so I put the link to the image resolution article that Wayne's talking about, and I've put a link to Webinar 3, the replay for that one as well.
Cool.
So maybe don't check them out right now. Maybe check them out after, but if you click on the links now and save them, you'll have them. But we'll also try and include them in the email or the replay that we put out for this webinar.
Probably the replay.
So don't stress too much about it. Moving on to the next one. This is a feature request that came from a user, a folder system whereby we can sort our videos in different folders. Again, totally understand where you're coming from. We've seen some of our users when they contact us with an issue and we have to log into their account to look into it. We can see that they have hundreds of videos, and it is painful to try and scroll through them. We completely understand it.
Yeah.
There are two things that we're looking into doing for that one. One is to give you guys the option to choose how to sort the videos. So at the moment it's alphabetic. Is it alphabetical? Yeah, so it's sorted alphabetically. So by default, that's just what it does. What we were looking at doing is giving you the option to choose by date created or dates in newest videos at the top, so that you've got the ones that you're working on there. And then further on beyond that, we are looking into a folder type system. Well, I don't want to use the word folder because that may not be what we use, but we understand that if you've got, say, 200 videos and you've got 10 clients you're doing videos for, it would probably make sense to try and group them together so that it's relevant. So we know it's something that we need to get into the app. It's just a matter of working out the best way to do it and making it happen with all of the other features that we're trying to get in as well. I think that's all for that one.
That's all for that one. Yep. Moving on, we have a question. So when you want to change an image to a better one and you click on what you think is a better one, the prior image is gone and somewhere way up your current search list and hard to get back. So we need a Control Z, which is like an undo feature, to bring back the prior image that was selected. Yes. Probably the best answer for this is just a straight yes. You're totally right. Everything you say is right. We do need that. There's going to be, much like Tom said, there's going to be some organization features coming up in the near future that's going to address not only the folders for the videos, but also images that you've used in a video. So you can go back and you can use the same image without having to search too hard for it. Also, there's something else with the pictures as well. No, I think that's about it.
I think that's it. Super quick, I've noticed that Michael has said organising by file name would be good. We can put a client code to start the file name to keep them grouped. That's an awesome idea. It's actually something you can already do. So if you put the client name at the start of the file name, so say client A dash video 1,
because it's alphabetical.
Client A dash video 2, it'll group them all together. So that's something you can do right now. It's a bit of a hack, but I think it probably works really well.
It'll group all your videos together.
Yep, exactly. And someone also asked about the replays for webinar 1 and 2. I've just put them into chat as well. So they are all there now.
By the way, you can find all of these in our help center. And if you don't know how to get to our help center, just log into Content Samurai, go to the help section, and there's a link in there.
Yeah, honestly, we'll probably spruik our help center a few more times in this webinar. Everything
as much as we can.
Everything that we know, we try and put into the help center so that if we're not online, you don't have to wait for us to get back to your support crews. You should be able to find, hopefully find
what you want.
the info in the help center. So it's always worth checking it out.
Yep.
The next question that we got was, is there any way we can have a one-time price for your service? We had a chat about this one, and the shorter answer is no. The problem with one-off prices for apps like Content Samurai is that a one-off payment doesn't allow us to do ongoing development for features and also providing support. We want to make the app really good, and we want to put new features into it. Unfortunately, features cost time and money and developers, so we do need to have an ongoing subscription to pay for that sort of stuff. We want to make it clear that we're in it for the long haul. We're not the sort of company that wants to start an app like Content Samurai and have it out there for 12 months and you guys use it for 12 months and then we kind of just stop working on it and it slowly dies away and it becomes an app that you can't use anymore. We want to make sure that it's in it for the long term. We're committed to Content Samurai and to making it a really amazing app. I already think it's amazing, but it's going to get even better. And doing it without a subscription model, it's just not feasible to do that. In saying that, our marketing team is looking into different pricing plans and tiers. So if you're a high-end user, it would probably make sense that you would create many videos a week. Whereas if you're a lower-end user, you may only make 1 or 2 videos a month. So we are looking into offering some different plans that suit your usage of the app. So one-off price, no, but some different pricing plans, we're looking into it, definitely.
Cool. Now, the next question is simply how to get traffic. Now, this is a pretty in-depth question, to be brutally honest, and it's probably not the right platform just because of how in-depth the question is. You know, we could have a whole webinar on how to get traffic if we were experts, but we're support for a software company, so we're not really marketing experts, as you can tell by the way we dress. We're not rich men. We're not really the best marketers. So I would suggest maybe reaching out to people who focus in that type of thing. Like there are SEO experts who, you know, whose entire job is focused on helping businesses get traffic. That would be my big suggestion. I mean, we have the tools. Warrior Forum. Yep, that's Bob, a good one. That just came up in the chat.
Good one, Bob.
So Warrior Forum's a really good one. It's the world's biggest marketing blog. Is it marketing blog or just blog? I think it's marketing blog.
Yeah, internet marketing.
Internet marketing blog.
/ SEO. And the other one is Moz. The Moz company, they also do internet marketing stuff. So Moz have forums. They also do lots of webinars and podcasts and stuff like that. So if you go onto the Moz website, you'll also find some information on that.
Now, that being said, in the next week or two, I believe, maybe 2, there will be a set of Golden Rules videos for Content Samurai. If you've used Market Samurai, you probably know what the Golden Rules are. So there's a new set of Golden Rules videos coming for Content Samurai, which will be in the Help Center soon, probably in about 14 days, in about 2 weeks. So they have a lot of awesome information on how to create content. It's not exactly how to get traffic, but the more content you put out there, the more traffic you're going to get. So it kind of helps. But
content is king, as
everyone is king.
Keeps saying.
Yep.
Content is king. All right, we will move on to the next question. When I'm previewing the file, I need to go back and add the copyright number after the file has been previewed and the program changes the manual settings you've already made. We did kind of answer half of this question earlier in that the app is designed to kind of, at the moment, the app is designed to go in a linear forward process. So you want to go forwards, you never really want to go backwards and add things afterwards. In terms of the copyright number, I think you're referring to the Creative Commons information. You don't need to you don't have to add that to the video itself. You just need to make sure that the Creative Commons link that's given to you on the download page is on the page wherever you host the video somewhere. So, for example, if you're posting the video to YouTube, you would have it probably in the description box underneath the video. You would put the link in there saying, you know, I can't remember what the thing you copy is, but it basically says something like this video was made with some Creative Commons rights. Just copy the link and put it in the YouTube video. Same thing if it's on a landing page on your website, and yeah, if it's on a landing page, put it somewhere below the video. If it's on Facebook, you would probably put it at the bottom of your post. So you'd upload the video, have your little spiel about what the video is, and then at the bottom just paste that link in there, and that covers you for the Creative Commons information that you need to have.
Yep. All right, moving on. Let's have a little time check. We're actually doing pretty good for time.
Yeah, we're getting through them.
Excuse me. Okay, so I'm number 10.
Mm-hmm.
My most pressing issue is writing the script. Even though you tried to help us with this, I'm not good at writing nor copywriting. This is what has stopped me. I'd rather pay someone to write the script and review what I put together and rewrite it or make suggestions to me. I totally understand. I cannot. I'm horrible at copywriting. I attempt it sometimes, and the marketing team look at it, laugh, and rewrite it. So I totally understand. What I would do if you're not that great and you don't have like the people around you, like you don't have expert marketers sitting right next to you, like I'm lucky enough to have, I would go to Fiverr. Again, I would look into services like Fiverr.com, which, you know, it's places that are the odd job place for the internet, which is like Fiverr. You can go there and you can get sort of all these types of odd jobs. You can get really, really, really weird stuff to really just straight up normal, you know, like script writing stuff. So that would be my suggestion. Of course, there's Vidsy as well. I shouldn't take away from Vidsy, which is one of our programs. It really helps you write scripts. It takes you through like each step along the way, and explains why you would be entering this type of information at the start of your sales video. So I would really recommend checking out tools like Vidsy, or if you really didn't want to learn yourself, you just wanted to get it done, you can hire other people like Fiverr.com. So yeah, that would be my suggestion for that.
Yep, certainly. Okay.
Needs to be able to input.
Yes, so this one was a question someone sent in, and they said that they used to be able to input a pre-recorded audio into the first sentence by hooking a wire from the speaker to the mic jack. First off, yes, round of applause. We admire the gusto of your method.
You got moxie, kid.
It was a good hack. I love it. I think it was a really good idea. The good news is we do have a permanent solution on the way with the upload voice track feature. So you won't have to MacGyver it and have a wire jammed into the mic jack. So you can safely put the wire back away into your toolbox until next time it's needed. But again, I love the thought of that one. Moving on to the next one, we have Wayno.
I will start this next one in 2 seconds. I've actually just got a heads up from people in the office to say that for anyone who's here at the webinar, if you want to try Vidsy, if you're not that good at writing and you want to learn and you don't want to just hire someone else, just send us an email here at support. We've got Vidsy. We'll give you a free trial. You can check it out, see if it's for you. If it's for you, you can stick around. It's a subscription. There's subscription fees involved with Vidsy as well. It's a monthly subscription thing, just like Content Samurai. So please just let us know if you want. I can see there's Lady Yvette who's in the chat here. who's asking what the name of it is. If you want to try it, just let us know. Or pop over to vidsy.com and check out the sales video, which was probably put together with Content Samurai even. I don't know. I can't remember.
Possibly.
Okay, so moving on. We have the question: obtaining suitable graphics, which we just sort of have to do a bit of guesswork here as well. If you can put in as much information as possible, it would really help us. But going from what you wrote, I'm guessing that you're asking about better images in the app, and if so, we totally feel your pain. Like Tom said before, we use the app. We use Content Samurai every day. I would use it more than once a day, I would guess. So I completely understand having to source images from elsewhere when you have Content Samurai. It's kind of a bit of a bummer, especially if you just can't find something, just one thing that you're really looking for, and you've got something in your mind. You just want to get an image of like a person with these with a one-up, which is something I had a big problem with the other day. I had to go towards something like a cricket umpire getting someone out, which was long. It took way too long, and it kind of got me a little bit frustrated. So we totally understand. Now what we're doing, we're going to look for better sources, like Tom said before. I won't harp on too much because Tom's already said it, but we're looking at better sources, so they should be in the app very soon.
Definitely looking at that. And Nancy said that some of the graphics don't fit on the screen properly either, so that's some good feedback that we can take into consideration when we're looking into it.
Thanks, Nancy.
Yep, thank you. Moving on to the next question. Now, this one was, I believe, from a French user. It actually didn't say insert social media. It said it slightly different.
The French word for social media,
which I won't try and pronounce because I am horrible with French. I don't know how to pronounce it. So I think this was talking about social media, and I think and correct me if I'm wrong. If the user's here, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think you were wanting to know if Content Samurai can post directly to your social profile for you, or your social profiles, multiples. At the moment, it doesn't do it, but one solution is to upload the video to YouTube and then use a service such as Buffer, Buffer. If you Google Buffer, there's a thing called Buffer app, and basically that's a tool that allows you to syndicate to all of your social media profiles at specified times throughout the day, and you can actually load up quite a few things into it. So you could load up all of your posts for the entire week on a Monday, and it will trickle feed everything out over the week. So I would definitely look into Buffer. I love Buffer, and it's an awesome one. In saying that, we are also going to look into adding syndication into the app so that Content Samurai will syndicate your videos out for you. But again, it's just a matter of trying to find out how best to do that. And again, we're going to spruik our help center here.
Yeah, definitely, all the time.
There is a quick tip in there, which is how do I share my video, and it runs through how to share it. So we'll post that link into the webinar. What I'll do is I'll search for it now, and
we'll chuck it up in the chat. We'll also link it to the replay here. Replay if anyone's watching it on the replay in a few hours. And that pretty much wraps up that social media stuff. So I put this together. I think it's a pretty good video, if I do say so myself. No, but it will definitely tell you how you can go from downloading your video in Content Samurai to sharing it on Twitter, Facebook, and I believe Google+. But if you just check out the video and anything's missing, send us a message.
Yeah.
Cool. So moving on to the next question. Why do I get all the big ones? Okay, so when recording audio, the sentences begin to move up the screen till I barely see the 3-second countdown. I sent in a support ticket and was told that no one else has this problem. Got news for you. I do every time I try to make a video. Very hard to record when your sentences are swimming around. Absolutely, I'm totally with you. If your sentences are swimming around, first of all, it's not at all how Content Samurai is meant to be working. So we apologize. That really should not be happening. Now, as far as fixing it, because no one else is really having the issue, what we're going to need to do is sort of get our eyes on it. So if you could do us a huge favor, and anyone else is having issues, if you could do this also, if you could download a program called Jing. It's a small little light video recording, screen recording
program. So if you just download that, it's quite easy to use, and just record your screen and just send us a video, please. Pretty please of this happening. We'd really love to see it. It might mean that we have a look and you're exactly right, and we have to set up a remote session with you. But first and foremost, we'd really love to see that.
Yeah, and so that app that Wayne was talking about, Jing, it's Jing. If you do a Google search for it, you'll find it. And if you don't find that one, just do a Google search for screen recording.
Chat, should we link them?
Yeah, we can. We can link them. I'll put a link in there very shortly. Next one is, the next question was setting URL links. Again, that was all that was in the question, so I'm not too sure if this is exactly what you're wanting to know the answer to, but I'm going to take a stab in the dark. I believe you're talking about adding clickable annotations over the top of a video. So you'll quite often see them in YouTube where on the video there'll be a text overlay where you can click it and it will take you to another page, a landing page on a website or something like that,
or a different part in the video.
Or a different part in the video.
It's just clickable.
Yep, a clickable thing. At the moment, Content Samurai can't do this. I don't know if there's any video app that can do that straight off the bat.
No, you can't just make videos clickable.
No, but the good news is that you can add it via YouTube directly once you've uploaded to YouTube. So what I would suggest is upload the video to YouTube, and then if you do a Google search for YouTube annotations, there's plenty of how-to guides out there, so you'll find something that'll show you how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's YouTube videos on how to do YouTube annotations, which I find videos are way easier to digest. So let us just copy pasta.
Yep.
So Sharon, you just turned up. You had something on. There was an emergency, I should say, and you couldn't get the first half. So anyone who's tuning in late, this is being recorded. I think we maybe missed like a few minutes at the start because we forgot to hit the record button, but it's all recorded, and there will be a replay sent out. We're going to email everybody, and it's going to have a copy of the video and all the links that we're sharing in the chat. So moving on to the next question. Is it me?
Yes, that is you.
Cool. So if you start merging or deleting slides, that screws up the whole audio portion without a way to fix it. That is correct. You are right. Which is why we added a warning message to the slide section. If you've recorded audio, it says if you change the text of slides that already have audio recorded, you may need to re-record this audio. Now, it might be better for me to. It probably won't happen. Actually, sorry. I was gonna get it up on the screen, but you'll see it every time you use the app. If you record the audio and then you go back to the script section, you can't do anything until you accept a pop-up which says if you change things, it's going to delete the audio. So I'm sorry that I'm sorry that it happened. I really am. But yeah, you just got to check out the warning messages, and like Tom said before, you got to work through the app from script to slide to audio to preview. Yep. If you go back, you still have to do. If you go back to audio, then if you go back to slides, then you still have to do the audio. If you go back, you still have to work through forward. You can't skip anything at the moment.
Yeah. You're up next as well.
Well, I've got another one.
Yep, you do.
How?
You do.
Rude. Okay. So the next one would be, I like to see a demo of building a video from scratch where the user has to take their own images from a PDF catalog, i.e. take a snapshot of the images, multiple, put it into the right. Okay, it looks like this one cut off because it was just a really, really big, long slide of text. So a lot of these questions were answered in webinar 3, which we've linked to in the chat room here. So if you can't see it, just scroll back up. It's called webinar. It has webinar 3 in the link. So we'll also put a link to that webinar 3 under the video, under the replay. And yeah, if you have any questions after watching webinar 3, because all of your questions are answered, just contact us at support.
Yep, definitely. And Bruce, just for the record, yes, this is PG. I was actually saying it's G-rated.
Parental guidance. You don't need a parent to watch this. Nah, it's
yeah. Moving on to the next question. We've got about 5 or 6 left, so we are nearing the end. The question was, when you want to change an image to a better one, and you click on the one that you think is a better one, the prior image is gone and somewhere way up your current search list and hard to get back to. The user was saying you need a Control-Z type cancel feature or an undo one. This one here.
I already answered that earlier.
There we go.
Oh, double question. All right, so I'm up again.
Wayno's up.
Oh, it's the Wayno hour. Okay, so there we go. Matching the text to the slides when timing the audio with the slides. So matching the text with slides when timing the audio with slides. I'm not 100% sure on the question here, to be brutally honest. I'm going to assume it's maybe a non-English. Anyway, so if Content Samurai isn't syncing your audio and slides, I would suggest trying the record mode feature. So the record mode feature, when you get into Content Samurai and you go to the preview section, there's a button in the middle near the timeline. So you click record mode and it's going to play your video through, and you can click a button when you want the next slide to appear. So it only really takes one watch through of the video, one entire watch through of the video, because you play it from the start and then you just click when you want the next slide to appear, and you just sit there and you just watch your video, and when you want the next slide or when the text, when you've heard the recording of the text that's on the screen, you just click the button.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've just put a link to the help center. There's an article in there that has information on the record mode as well, so
cool.
Check that one out if you've never used it before. Next one is a user had a problem. They said once you highlight a word or phrase to bold or italics, on a number of occasions I have to click the option multiple times to get it to work. Sometimes it doesn't work, or it bolds the wrong word. There is a bit of a
something going on there.
Something going on. We have tried to track down the bug, but it's proving a little bit hard to kind of completely fix. It's
hard to replicate, to be honest.
Yeah, it's very hard to replicate. It's hard to fix across all of the different computers. So Windows and Mac do behave a little bit differently.
Yep.
The good news is that if you use the keyboard shortcuts to do those things, typically the problem goes away. You don't have an issue.
All the time.
All the time. So it's only when you click the buttons that the issue is there. So what I would suggest is that you would use the keyboard shortcut. So if you're wanting to bold the word, highlight it, and then if you're on Windows, press Control B, and if you're on a Mac, do Command B. If you want to do italics, it's Control I on Windows or Command I on a Mac, and for underline, it's Control U on Windows and Command U on a Mac. So that'll get you around the issue now.
Yeah. So use those until we let you know that the buttons are a little bit more stable. Okay, so next question. I can already see one word in here which I love, which is Ken Burns. So it is, when are you going to include the Ken Burns effect with the photos? First of all, great question. Who doesn't love a good Ken Burns? So for anyone who doesn't know what Ken Burns effect is, it's when you show an image and you slowly move in or move out or pan left or pan right. I believe left and right is still Ken Burns, but essentially it's sort of a slight movement, like moving in ever so slightly or moving out ever so slightly, and it just keeps attention. It keeps the viewer's attention, which is a really, really powerful way of showing a video and just keeping user engagement. So the future changes will introduce the Ken Burns effect. First and foremost, it's coming. It's definitely coming. There are a few changes to the app we're going to make over the next few weeks. Some are already in the app. You've noticed that when I previewed the upload audio section, the audio part had changed. And for anyone who hasn't seen that or didn't make it quite yet, the audio section has changed, and the background music that was normally in the audio section, that's now in the preview section. We had a good think about it. It's much better in the preview section. You can switch things while you preview your video. You can switch background music while you check out your video. But yeah, I can't really say too much more on the Ken Burns effect, but it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah. Sorry,
it's coming.
guys.
We want it to. It's
Yeah.
coming. Next one is a question that the user had. Is it possible to add the ability to download the slides, audio, and produced videos as separate files? At the moment, you can download the video, but you can't download the slides and the audio. And the reason for that is that there are some copyright issues that prevent us from having the ability to let users download the slides and the audio alone. We had to purchase special licenses for the music tracks, and one of the conditions on that was that we are not allowed to give users direct downloads of the audio tracks. You're more than welcome to download the completed video with the audio tracks. That's the license that we've got for them, but you can't download them individually. And also, we didn't create Content Samurai to download that stuff. It was created.
It's a video.
It's a video app at the moment. So its primary focus is to download a finished video at the end, which is what you can download at the moment. Who knows what the future holds, but yeah, for now it's download videos and that's it.
Okay, so moving on to the next question, which, let me scroll down, second last question, guys. So I want to add 4 bullet point sentences to a single slide sequentially to make a point. Is this possible at present? At present, no, you can't add bullet points. So I'm sorry, but it is something that we're going to look into. We're looking into text animations just on a whole, just text animations, text sliding in, text dropping in, blah, doing whatever text does, all the text features. One of those would very likely be, moving in sentence by sentence, which would be a really good way to sequentially make 4 bullet points, whether you have the dots before them or not. It would also be, it's going to be a really good way to add bullet points. So, yeah, we're looking at text animations. I feel like we say this every second feature, but we can't give you an ETA because we literally can't. There are a few that are on the way right now, which our devs are working really, really, really hard on. So there's no way we can drag them away from what they're doing to start working on anything else.
Yeah. Yep, that's it. And lucky last question that we've got is, are you working on text to voice? It's not something we're actively working on. It has been requested by a few users throughout the course of Content Samurai being out there. One of the main reasons, I guess, is that text to voice still doesn't always sound that great, and sometimes it can come across as a bit spammy. So it's not something that we wanted to focus on, because we want Content Samurai to be like a quality video output.
Yeah.
We don't want things to be spammy with the app. So I'm sure that there are some good ones, and here we go. We've got a few users saying that there are some good ones. So typewriter effect is cool, especially.
I know. I think
okay.
I think they're talking about what I was talking about.
Yep. And yeah.
Keep going.
Okay. Yep.
Finish up your
question.
question.
So to answer the question, we're not working on text to voice at the moment. I won't say it'll never happen, because we might, but it's just something we're not focusing on right now. And Nancy gets us. She said those things never work very well.
If anyone knows of any good text to speech sort of programs or anything or examples, just send them through to us as support. We really, really just haven't seen anything that really tickles our fancy, and we like to hold ourselves really high. We love our app. We love Content Samurai. We love the videos you guys are making. And it would we kind of don't want to see people make spammy videos, to be brutally honest. We want people to make awesome videos, and text to voice is just spammy. I don't know. However you want to slice the cake, at the moment it's just not good enough for us. So,
yeah, definitely.
So we're not working on it, to be honest.
Yeah. And so Sharon said that the typewriter effect is really cool, and she was talking about the animations. Totally agree. I love the typewriter effect. It's really cool to see.
We'll add that to the list of ones to look into when we're looking at text animations. Definitely.
Yeah.
Caution.
We've finished the questions from the survey, so we'll open it up for a couple of minutes if anyone has any questions.
Yeah, we got a couple of minutes.
So we'll go through as many as we can. So just post them up, and we'll see what we can do.
Go up to the caution one. So Jason said, "I like it a lot. Please do not make me use text animations." Of course, we would never make you do anything.
Hey.
We'll have the option in there. Give me the choice of text animation. Do not force me to a certain animation. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, of course.
We're not going to force you.
We're not going to force you to do anything you don't want.
Yeah. Would be nice to be able to move slides around in the sequence. Is that a possibility? I think you're talking about dragging and dropping.
Why? Maybe. It's not something we've ever thought about. Can't you? Because it's script based. What? Just change the script.
Yeah, that could.
Maybe I don't know. If you want to open a dialogue, you feel free to contact us, Nancy, and we can have a back and forth. But at the moment, I'm kind of confused as to why.
Yeah. And Louise said that text to voice is also expensive. She says that she has a list of suppliers and it's cheaper just to go to Fiverr. And yeah, I agree. Fiverr's pretty good for getting voice work done.
Yeah.
it's not a whole lot of money.
It's, by the way, it's, from what I've seen, it's like $5 per 100 words, by the way, just to give you a heads up before everyone heads over there and they charge me $15. If your script is quite long, if your script's like 300 plus words, the going rate is around 1 gig, which is $5 per 100 words. So just a quick heads up.
Yeah. Chris was asking how much is Vidsy a month. I believe it's retail is 47.
We usually give people discounts. So let's just check it.
I believe. But as we mentioned, if you contact us after this webinar at support@noblesamurai.com, mention you're in the webinar and you're interested in Vidsy, we'll be sure to look after you with a free trial and a good price. So send us an email and we'll look after you. Sharon wanted to know how to change the colors of the font.
Well, that's part of the
custom themes.
It's part of the custom themes. Excuse me. You can't do it with the themes that are set at the moment, okay? But you can do it when you create your own custom theme. So, yeah, just head into the custom themes. You'll see a box to change both your text color, if you like, and the highlight color. So it's and background color. You can add a background image. But yeah, definitely change text color.
Yeah, and then I think that answers Colleen's question as well. She was wanting to know about font options for color size, font.
Everything is all there, Colleen, as well, in the custom themes, except you can't change the size of font, okay? So the font's going to automatically scale to your slide. More words, smaller it's going to be. Less words, the larger it's going to be. But there is a maximum.
Yeah.
But you can't change the size.
One was asking, will you have voiceover to have different voice choices?
Will you have voiceover to have different voice choices? Well, there is an upload voice feature. So my suggestion would be to get your different voices, upload one, see if it's good, or clone your video. Clone your video to how many voices you have, add each separate voice file, and yeah.
Yep. One of the users asked about the downloaded video names. At the moment, it says video.mp4.
Does it?
I believe it does. Again, great feature request. It's something it's on the list to do. It's not a high priority because
it's not that classy, is it?
Yeah, there's technical problems behind it, so it's not a simple one. All right. Sharon said thanks. Colleen said yay.
Yay.
Nancy, will there be a choice of fonts to use? Yep.
There it is. Yep. There's 30, I think.
Yep.
Maybe more. Maybe like 32, but there's definitely 30.
Yep. We'll try and track down a link to the custom theme stuff and.
Do you know what? I could show you guys real quick. Seeing as this has been a relatively asked about feature.
Yep.
How about I bring this down here? While Tom kicks off, let's go to the app here. Go to My Themes. So if I click this Create New Themes button, font styles, here are a list here. You can go up. So I'm not going to count them because there's a lot, but I believe that's 30.
That looks like 30.
That looks like 30. You change this to a red, like a dark red. Now this is my text color. I'm going to save this theme just for giggles and highlight these two, because then I can go back into my theme and show you guys what the highlight color.
Let's have to see some of the other fonts.
Some of the other fonts.
Let's see some of the different ones.
That's very similar. Glory Hallelujah. That's a couple of new fonts. Emily's Candy font.
Yeah. So as you can see, there are some pretty cool ones there to choose from. So, yeah.
Scriptive writing, cream soda writing, cherry cream soda. That just brings me back.
So Jason was asking about a yearly price for the app. We can take that feedback back to the marketing team and have a chat with them. Can't promise anything, but we're more than happy to pass it on to them. And I think that's about it for the time that we've got as well.
Yeah.
So we might wrap it up. If you do have any other questions, feel free to shoot them through to us at support@contentsamurai.com, and we'll answer them in a support ticket. So first of all, thanks for attending webinar number 4.
Thank you, guys.
We hope that you guys enjoyed it.
We've got some questions, some value out of it.
Yep. A reminder that it is being recorded. I did forget to press the record button at the start, so the first 5 minutes were wiped off, but that was kind of mainly just setting up setting it up for the questions and stuff, so you won't have missed too much. And yeah, we hope you enjoyed it, and there's some people saying, great, thanks, appreciate your hard work.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
It's nice to hear that. We do have to get up a little bit earlier than we'd like to do this.
A little bit earlier. I wouldn't be awake right now.
But it's worth it with seeing that you guys like it.
Thanks for making it to the end. Remember, you should find any resources that we mentioned during the webinar under this video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment and let us know if you have any ideas for Webinar 5. See you next time.